Welcome to Interactive and Animation Games, Lesson 9, Sprite Properties. Here are some of the new codes we will be looking at today. We have Sprite Rotation, Sprite Scale, Sprite.x, and Sprite.y. Go ahead and add those to your notes. Lesson number 9, Bubble number 1, Predict. Look at the code below and predict where the B sprite will appear. Let's take a look at this code. So we've got our var b, create sprite, 200, 200. So our original coordinate is right here at 200, 200. Set our animation. And then we have b.x 350, b.y 350. What do you think that does to our location? Pause the video now and select what you think is the correct answer. All right, if you said the b would move to the location 350, 350, you were right. We have our b dot x. That is going to change our x coordinate. So here's our x coordinate. It was 200. This is going to change our x coordinate to 350. And our y coordinate was 200, and it's going to change to 350. And remember, our sprites always form from the middle of the sprite. All right, hit finish and go to the next one. All right, bubble number 2, do this. Run the program to see where the sprites appear. So we got a paintbrush and we got a paint palette. Change the location of the paintbrush to touch the paint palette. Change the sprite.x and sprite.y properties of the paintbrush sprite to change its location. So do not move the paint palette. Say it again, do not move the paint palette. The only thing you're moving is the paintbrush. And we got a blue paintbrush, so let's dip it in the blue paint. Okay, so if I want to move this paintbrush over here to this paint palette, what coordinates am I going to use? Go ahead and pause it and try it yourself. All right, now that you've given it a try, if you put your paintbrush right here and you put in the coordinates, let's say 111, 279, 111, 279, did that work? No, if you did that, it probably overshot because remember, our sprite, it goes from the middle of our sprite. So we actually want to look at the coordinates about where the middle of our sprite will be. So let's try changing it to 137, 240. All right, now we've got our paintbrush dipped in our blue paint. Once you finish that, hit finish and go to bubble number 3. Do this, run the program to see what's different about the first 2 notes. So we got our first 2 notes. We're going to talk about our scale and our rotation. Now, scale is about the size. So if we come look at this first note, we notice it's a lot smaller. So we're going to come here and we're going to find our var note 1, where it's located, 50, 50. All right, then we set the animation, and then we have our scale, 0.3, so that means it is 30% to scale. If we wanted it 100% to scale, we would use a 1. If we wanted it 150%, we would use 1.5, and it would get bigger. But now I'm going to move it back to, and it likes it if you use 0 point whatever you want it to do first. So use that 0 to keep everything clean and organized and easy to read. All right, now for rotation. So let's say we have this duck, okay? And we want to rotate it and we want to make it upside down for some reason. So we need to rotate it 180 degrees. And we're going to make it go upside down. Now in code.org, I could also go the other direction. I could go negative 90 degrees, and it would be like this. Positive 90 degrees would be over here. I could go negative 270 degrees, I'm going negative, I'm going to go this direction, negative 270 degrees, and it would be the same as going 90 degrees. So you can go positive clockwise or negative counterclockwise. Okay, so you're talking about the angle at which you change the duck. So let's move the duck. All right, because you guys know that would be 90 degrees, right? All right, so let's now go back and look at the code.org. So we've got this note right here. Well, let's use that same tiny note. And it rotated 20 degrees. Let's say we wanted it completely upside down. We rotated it 180 degrees. Okay. And as I said, you could do negative. If we did a negative 180, it's going to look the exact same because 180 clockwise is the same as 180 counterclockwise. All right. Eh, all right. So I'm going to put that at 90, and now it's like at 90-degree angle. So they did the same with note 3. Now we're going to go note 2. They did the same with note 2 in terms of changing it. They have 70% and negative 30 degrees. You can have negative degrees. So let's look at note 3. We need to go into our variable. We want our x equals, and what is our x? Our x is going to either be our scale or our rotate. So we've got our scale. Do not forget to change the label. Note 3. Oh, there it goes. Note 3. And let's make it 50%. And I did note wrong. Note. Okay. So now our note is 50%. You also need to go and once again, go to your variable, grab your x equals. For x, what we're talking about for this case is our rotation. So rotation equals, don't forget to change the name. Make sure you put the right one that you're talking about. Spelling and capitalization matter. And let's rotate it negative 45 degrees. I don't know. There we go. So go ahead and do the same with number 4. Note number 4. Every note needs to be changed. And then you're going to do 4, 5, and 6 on your own. And I look forward to seeing you for lesson 10.